The Star Wars world was shaken with some news about writer changes.
We've got a new Alien game, and hopefully it won't be as bad as the last one.
And we got a teaser for a tease for the new X-Men movie. And no, I'm afraid that Hugh Jackman is not reprising his role from Real Steel as the robot boxing champion fight man and his little boy.
Hey, you know what today is?
What is it?
It's a day. Sun's out. I'm not dead.
It's not Halloween, you big spooky dope.
I didn't say
it is the 25th of October, 2013. Welcome to Pretty Much It. How you like me now?
Hey, it's really good to see you guys. Thank you.
I've always liked you on a very consistent level. I've never deviated like, oh, wow, Eric is a lot greater than I liked him
How you like me now is no different from how you liked me then.
Yes.
Before we get into this week's news, which there is a lot of, by the way, you have to click the links in the info, to check out this week's reviews. We have a lot. We have reviews of 12 Years a Slave, Rush, Last Vegas, About Time, both of which come out next week, and Bad Grandpa, which comes out this week. The Counselor will be coming soon. Can't get to that one just yet. We will be doing Escape Room tomorrow and GTA 5, I promise, very, very soon. Also linked down in the info, I have to say it up front because it's big. We had a bunch of trailers released this week, and we discussed them in our trailer playlist. We got Captain America 2. We got Noah. Excuse me, I'm choking. I'm so excited. So exciting. Check it out. But for now, let's talk about the news.
You can't watch those videos if you don't click the link.
Let's begin with movie news this week. You know, we might change things up a little bit. Why not? Next week maybe we'll do movie news as well. Who knows? But let's begin with a small story that's going to be a much bigger story next week, and that is the teaser for the trailer of X-Men Days of Future Past. We will have it on Tuesday of next week, and we'll cover it as a legit trailer next week. But for now, you know, we're not a big fan of the teaser for a teaser thing, but we still checked it out. What did you guys think of this?
Well, I mean, there was actually like a Comic-Con sneak peek or some kind of convention leak.
There was a trailer. They showed a teaser trailer at Comic-Con.
Yeah, and that was pretty much all they showed in this new one, but like better definition. Looks pretty good so far.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't comment on it because it's a teaser.
It's like 6 seconds. Yeah.
There's nothing to really comment on. Like, I saw Wolverine. He's in the movie.
Next week we'll be able to have so much more to talk about. So be sure to tune in to Pretty Much It live on Channel 27 next Friday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern.
We're having a commercial for our own show
Central.
during our show, ladies and
gentlemen.
And it's not even correct. Next, we've got another quick story, and keep in mind that we are going to talk about the trailer for this movie separately. Click the link in the info for that. But we did get a poster as well this week for Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yes.
And it goes on pretty much its top 10 poster list ever.
Top 10 posters where it's just someone standing and looking away.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, now that we have accepted that this is the world we live in,
it's better, it's cooler because it's Captain America. Like, it's like a figure that you care about standing there.
I can't take it. I can't. It's like when you're making something that's supposed to sell your movie. Mm-hmm. Can they not think of anything but the main character looking at something?
Over and over. Like, the first person that did it, fine. Maybe even the second.
Like, the Captain America and the I, Frankenstein poster are identical. They're identical. They're the same thing.
And that's not it. There's a bunch that are identical. They all
boys, let me, like, what was the last Marvel superhero that had a poster like this? This hasn't been done before.
Iron Man, the Hulk.
Oh, the Hulk was kind of looking at something, yeah.
They're allowed to do the same thing as everyone else if they haven't done it before.
They get one.
I wonder if it's the same guy.
He might be a genius.
Yeah, right. He's making bank.
Let's stick to Marvel for now. Let's talk about Ant-Man. Last week we had some news about Paul Rudd being looked at for Ant-Man. This week we're not going to talk about it much because it's just a rumor, but I believe Rashida Jones is being looked at apparently to play his wife.
Yeah, cool.
Another good choice.
Oh, you like Rashida Jones?
I don't like Rashida Jones, but I think that if anyone was going to play Wasp, I mean, like, not Wasp, but, you know, Henry Pym's wife.
That character?
Yeah.
She's cool. She's got, like, she's a tough chick. Also, her and Paul Rudd have worked together before, and they have some chemistry.
Yes.
I don't remember exactly what it was.
I don't remember because I don't really like her that much. I kind of, like, tune out her damn movies. In my opinion, the bigger news this week is that Kevin Feige, who's been doing a lot of interviews recently, he mentioned that Ant-Man is a heist film.
Yeah, I think like way back at Comic-Con, they like kind of mentioned that it would be like a somewhat of a futuristic heist movie. I think we actually talked about that on the PMI.
Ooh, I don't recall. I don't recall ever hearing this before.
I think it's perfect. Yeah, with a guy that can, change his size and stuff. I think a heist movie would be really interesting, especially directed by Edgar Wright.
I was gonna say, with Edgar Wright directing it, it's gonna be so freaking awesome. Like just thinking about The World's End and then thinking about Ant-Man heist. Mm-hmm. Oh god, it's gonna be so cool.
I want to see a man getting big, punching things, and then a man getting little, going places.
They're gonna have a scene.
You're probably gonna get a lot of that.
Okay, good, but I don't care about like this Ocean's 11 stuff.
I guarantee you, like, in the trailer, one of the scenes, like the big trailer scene, is that, like, when he figures out how to shrink, he's going to spy on his wife in the shower. He's going to be like, I'm Ant-Man, and I'm doing things.
But it's Paul Rudd, and he's going to add
They have such a shitty relationship, he has to spy on her in the shower. It's his wife.
I guarantee it's going to happen.
Guess what? I saw my wife naked.
Can't you imagine a little tiny Paul Rudd, like really tiny in the shower, going?
They'll just be like, now that I can get into. And he gets really small.
He's gonna like look at like a small hole in the wall, and he's gonna be like, I can't get into that. And he's gonna shrink, and he's gonna go, now that I can get into. And one last bit of Marvel news. This is very odd. We don't have much about it, so there's not a whole lot to say. But Ben Kingsley recently said that he shot a secret Marvel project, and he said it was a lot of the team returning from Iron Man 3, and I can't imagine what this would be because I'm pretty sure his character's story is done. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking two things right now. Either A, it's going to be one of those kooky Marvel spin-off things, like Agent Coulson had one, and
like one-shots, the shorts? Yeah.
Or had one,
Yeah. Or he'll show up in S.H.I.E.L.D. as a goof. And I'm not watching S.H.I.E.L.D. anyway, so...
No, it's not the TV crew, though. It was the crew from Iron Man 3, unless there's a lot of crossover. I don't know.
I'll tell you what. I think it's going to be like this cheeky thing that Marvel does to try and, like, redeem that character, maybe because they know so much vitriol surrounding that character. I could see them doing, like a goof, like
a short that makes fun of it almost.
Yeah,
something like that.
To save a little face.
I'd be down for that. I would rather him not appear legitimately anymore. I think it's that's done. It's kind of weird. But a one shot I think could be pretty funny. That actually could be hilarious because Ben Kingsley I thought was great in that part.
Yeah, a lot of people like I love how angry people get over that. It's not that bad, guys.
It gets better.
It gets better.
And now we've got a quick DC story. This is really quick. There's not a whole lot to say, but the filming has begun for Batman and Superman. They did a football game scene. Zack Snyder was there shooting, but the leads were not there.
Right. Did it blow up?
Yeah.
Did it blow up?
I don't know.
Like, did the field blow up?
Oh wait, what did you say? What did you say? Hello? I thought your mic was off or something.
No, it blows up. Blows up.
Oh, I thought you said hello.
He's just kept asking if it blew up.
I was kind of surprised when I saw that there was another football scene. Kind of seems like, why would you do that again? Not that it's, connected to The Dark Knight Rises or anything, but it's like...
This might be for the movie, but it also might be for, like, viral stuff. Like the show, oh, look at the Gotham and the Metropolis team. They're rivals and they hate each other.
I suppose. It could literally be as simple as it's a news story in the movie.
Yeah. Or it could also be a big set piece.
Superman's watching TV and he's like, man, I killed all those people and I should get my mind off it.
Clark goes to cover the football game because it's really important. And then he stumbles into Bruce Wayne, and he's like, oh, Bruce, golly gee, can I get an interview?
And Bruce is like, get the fuck off of me. Don't ever stumble onto me again, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Now we've got a pretty interesting big story that really shook the movie fan world. Star Wars Episode 7, we had Michael Arndt writing the script along with, was Kasdan working on the script with him? Yeah, right? Or was it just Michael Arndt?
It was talked about, yeah, so, I mean...
Well, either way, now... Michael Arndt is out.
That's a shame.
They're throwing his script out, and it's just Kasdan and J.J. Abrams working on the script now. And whether or not Kasdan was involved prior, I don't remember, but it's people are going crazy about it. So I don't know.
I haven't read any of the fanfare, but I'll tell you, like, my initial reaction to that right off the bat. Like, the reason why this news sucks is, first of all, this means that this movie's coming out in 2015, and they have to rewrite a new script. That's already pretty shitty.
Yep.
Second of all, Michael Arndt was a good writer. I was excited.
Yeah.
I was excited to see him write it.
We talked about it. Yeah.
I mean, and I guess, like I said, I don't know if Kasdan was involved before. I thought he was, but with him, you know, obviously with him being involved, I think he's perfectly fine as well. He did the two movies that people loved from the original Star Wars trilogy, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I don't think it's a big as huge of a deal. But I think is more important is what Mike said, is that now they're starting over. Like,
and another thing, I mean, I love J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. I mean, he did perfectly and bringing a old franchise back and then like mixing it with a new audience and all that stuff. But it was very, at its core, just like an action space film.
Right.
And it wasn't very, like, it didn't have a lot of substance. It was just action space film. I don't, you know, now with Star Wars coming back, like, this is supposed to be the next Star Wars movie. Like, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of fearing that it's going to just be action teenage Jedi space film.
This has been going on now for a while. Like, aren't there teams at work on like concepts and sets and characters and costumes and stuff?
Yeah,
so, like,
you'd think so.
In terms of them writing, do they now have to try and factor in all this expensive stuff they already bought?
Well, Kathleen Kennedy actually said in her, like, you know, her thing about the fact they're switching the writers out, she said that there's a crew that's already working on designs and stuff. So, I mean, maybe they're not throwing away the script completely. Maybe they're just rewriting it. I don't know. Guess what? We got some Jurassic World news, Jake.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Jurassic World. So we've been talking about the casting. We got more casting news. And I don't think like not everybody is confirmed. They're like confirmed in talks. But first off, we had Idris Elba is a false. He is not involved at all.
Cancel. The apocalypse will not be canceled.
No. Josh Brolin, however, is confirmed to be in talks to be starring in Jurassic World.
That fits like perfectly.
Something about him and dinosaurs, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine him as, like, the dad of the family, perfectly.
I can picture him next to a dinosaur. I can picture him on top of a dinosaur. It just works. Something about his face.
I think everything Jake just said makes 100% sense.
And so I would say, because due to that, it's confirmed he's starring in the movie, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't just have and Josh Brolin as this guy on the side.
He could be, like, mocapping the dinosaurs.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
The T-Rex has the face.
And Josh Brolin as the Dilophosaurus.
Speaking of dinosaurs, we've got some news about Freddie Mercury's movie. He's not the dinosaur. The dinosaurs are lame-ass, the rest of the band, Brian May, what the hell, what happened? These clowns, if
Very
you recall,
interesting comparison.
Well, if you recall, they want to make a PG movie about Freddie Mercury.
So disappointing.
And they have creative control.
All of the news before that was so great. Like, Freddie Mercury is going to be Sacha Baron Cohen, and this guy is going to be directing it, and it's going to be so great. And now Sacha Baron Cohen is out because he wanted to make a gritty, raw, R-rated movie, which is what it should be, and what I'm assuming Freddie would want. You know. Yeah. And so instead, they are looking toward Ben Whishaw to play Freddie Mercury for their little PG weirdo movie that they're making.
First of all, he's like totally white. Like he's like the most Caucasian person.
Ben Whishaw. Did you see Skyfall?
Yeah.
He was cute.
Yeah. No way.
I mean, I thought he was great.
Oh, in fact, he's good.
Yeah, but as Freddie Mercury? What?
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I think he's great. I love him, but I couldn't picture him as Freddie Mercury. And like you said, there's no, you know, international look to him. Not international, but you know what I mean. There's no like foreign look to him.
The statement they released was about Sacha Baron Cohen was that like, oh well, you know what, we just couldn't. The people watching the movie have to get completely absorbed and believe it's Freddie Mercury, and with Sacha Baron Cohen, they can't.
What kind of bullshit is that?
We can? Like, what?
That's such bullshit. They should just admit that they're being bitches about it and want to make a PG movie.
Mike's mic is broken. You hear that?
What is that? There he is.
Did they actually say that? Because Sacha Baron Cohen was the perfect choice.
Yeah, I know.
He had the pipes. He had the vocal pipes, and he had the look. it was like a match made in heaven. It was like the peanut butter on the jelly. And
Yeah, well, guess what? No peanut butter and jelly, but maybe we'll get some jam on a bread. Hey, you know what goes really well with jam on bread? Juice, Beetlejuice.
Good transition. Grade A transition. Oh, Jesus.
I didn't freeze. I was just making a Beetlejuice scary face. We have some news about Beetlejuice. Tim Burton is apparently legitimately looking into directing it. No joke.
Let's have some history back on this Beetlejuice 2 news. Beetlejuice 2 originally was going to be a thing way back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was actually going to be a thing, like, really, like, it was in the talks, like, everything was going to be ready to go, but they canceled it. And it was going to be, like, it sounded horrible. It was like, Beetlejuice goes to Hawaii! And it just sounded like an excuse for the crew to have a vacation kind of movie. Like, movies do that a lot. They go.
So Adam Sandler was the producer.
Yeah, Adam Sandler.
But so now, yeah, it looks like he might return. We got Seth Grahame-Smith, the brilliant writer of such works as the novel and the film Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Oh, good.
But, I don't know, and Dark Shadows, excuse me. I don't know. You've got him writing, which is a big no-no to me, but then you've got Tim Burton coming back to direct, which might still be a big no-no with current day Tim Burton. I don't even know what this means.
You know what?
I'd love to see Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice again, but I don't know what the hell any of this means.
Beetlejuice was 100% original Tim Burton. Like, that has, like... Tim Burton hasn't done that in decades.
Maybe since Beetlejuice.
I mean, I think Tim Burton has to find a way to bring it into modern times, though, because the whole mystique of Beetlejuice and that kind of spooky feel was very 80s.
Cannot be replicated. Can't be. The vibe, you can't get that vibe anymore in a movie.
He has to make a new vibe. He has to make a new vibe.
Right, but it should be new. They shouldn't try to emulate the old vibe.
I felt with Tim Burton's recent movies. I mean, a lot of people might disagree with me, but Tim Burton's recent movies kind of feel like, I'm Tim Burton, and I'm going to give it the Tim Burton feel, the gothy, Hot Topic feel.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like every single time. But if he approaches Beetlejuice 2 in the same way he did Beetlejuice 1 as, like, an original concept and something new and something we haven't seen before, let him go ahead of it. I mean, but if it's going to be just, like, crazy CG blue screen background bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
The best thing about Beetlejuice 1 was the practical sets.
And the practical effects, and like even the stuff was like claymation, you know what I mean? And that's it for the news really worth discussing. We've got two more really quick stories. First one is Bad Grandpa. We've got Bad Grandpa, like sort of a sequel, but kind of a 1.5, coming to DVD apparently very, very soon. It's like what they do with Jackass. They release the movie, and then all the footage that they didn't fit into the movie, which is still great, goes onto a DVD or something. And so that's what this is.
I like the way they do that.
More than welcome, because I'm sure Bad Grandpa will be hilarious, or maybe if you watch my review, maybe I didn't like it, who knows. But, always welcome more Jackass footage. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I've yet to have an opinion on that because I haven't seen Bad Grandpa yet. So
good. You know what, Mike? You shouldn't form opinions until you see something. Right, guys? Yeah. Right? I mean...
And that leads into our final story that we have not made any opinion on yet because we don't know, we haven't read it, we haven't watched it. 50 Shades of Grey. Jake, wouldn't you say that we fit exactly what you just said?
Well, I read bits and pieces of it. I have opinions about it.
I'm gonna cut that out, Jake. I promise. No one will ever know you said that.
That's fine.
But we've got the new guy who is replacing Charlie Hunnam, Jamie Dornan.
Who is that?
I have no idea, and I don't care. I just wanted to mention it because we made the mistake of mentioning it once before, so we have to follow up.
He's from Once Upon a Time, that awful TV show.
You seem to know a lot about these things, Jake.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so glad I don't have to hear Charlie Hunnam's awful voice.
Now it is time for us to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the video games. Hello? Oh!
No! Is he there? Is he there?
What was the commercial?
You didn't miss much, but
I saw a commercial for a hand product.
Very nice, very nice.
For smooth hands.
Like a politician guy. But now we're going to talk about video games. Now that we're back, right, guys? Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm back from the netherworld.
I'm glad you're all right.
Jake.
Thanks.
Did you go to my world? Did you go to Bear
No,
World?
it just got really dark in here.
It did.
Where'd you say you were?
The Netherworld.
No, Jake said he was in Bear World. Is that where you went after you killed Andrew?
Let's talk about video game events. PAX East is just around the corner. It is like the second week in April of this year. PAX East is in Boston. It's a big convention. It's a big old fun time.
It's right around the corner. It's literally 6 months away.
That's right around the corner, man.
It's literally half a year away. We are halfway between the last one and the next one.
Well, you know what, guys? You know what? I was going to ask you guys to come. I need a cameraman, Eric.
I have a lot of time to plan. You can ask me anytime in the next 4 months.
Well, here's here's the problem. The 3-day pass is sold out in under an hour.
Now, I thought...
So we're not going!
I'll get you in. Yeah, it's like sold out already, so going is going to be tough work for you guys this year if you want to go.
You said you could get us in.
Well, for you guys. I'm talking about the people of pretty much it.
Ah.
We can get in because I'm Jake Baldino, okay? Like, hey, guys, you know an awesome game coming out called Titanfall?
That's a thing?
For Xbox One and PC and junk like that. It has a release date. It's coming out March 11th, so that's cool. Also, they have a big collector's edition with an action figure statue, and it costs like $250, and you can get it, and you don't even know if the game's going to be good or not.
I was just about to say, does this have a fan base?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Since we're on the topic of next-gen stuff, let's get into some numbers between PS4 and Xbox One. I actually have pre-order numbers for both consoles. This is just in the U.S. Now, I had heard somewhere that the PS4 already hit 1 million, I think Sony said. That must be worldwide, but I have really cool data from U.S. So
really cool data.
Yeah, really cool data. You know who was a really cool data? Data from Star Trek.
He was a cool data. Out of all the datas, he was a good one.
The PS4 has 725,000 approximately pre-orders, and the Xbox One has 525,000.
Losers!
So I think that's really cool, and you know what I think it comes down to? The negative press that the Xbox One had initially, and the $100 price difference. Mike,
yeah, I think it's all about that $100 price difference, because honestly, if it weren't for that, I would have gotten an Xbox.
Wow.
But,
wow.
Although you know that means that Microsoft has made more money though in pre-orders so far.
Well, I mean,
yeah, I guess it does.
So I apologize for saying they were losers. They win.
The biggest pre-ordered game, one of the biggest pre-ordered games, is Call of Duty. But interestingly enough, Call of Duty has higher pre-order numbers for Xbox One than it does on PS4, which is interesting. That shows like the climate of gamers for each console. I found that very interesting.
It is interesting. We have to analyze that.
You know, it's like COD Bros go to the Xbox. Even though Xbox is really good. And then PS4 is like for nerds who just want to play like Journey. I'm kidding.
You're making a bold claim there, Jake.
Guys, you know.
No, that's the reason why I preferred that I'm gonna buy a PS4 when I want to, because of all like the indie content that's gonna be on it.
One last thing we got to talk about is a new Alien game.
Ooh, I was such a fan of Aliens Colonial Marines. I can't wait for the new Alien game. Please tell me more, Jake.
Very sincere.
Apparently they learned from their mistakes. They took it really to heart. This is all kind of like leaked information. A new studio, another studio is working on another Aliens game alongside Colonial Marines. This was actually kind of announced a while ago, but never really, no one really cared. And now it's supposed to be a real thing. Aliens Isolation, actually Alien Isolation, Alien, not Aliens, which means apparently it's taking a lot more inspiration from Alien.
Holy shit.
Which could be cool.
Shit.
But
I really think there's only one alien in the game.
Oh god, and it's just a guy in a suit. But the thing is, interestingly enough, is that you play as Ripley's daughter, Amanda Ripley.
Wait, is Ripley's daughter the girl they find in Aliens?
No.
Nah.
I haven't seen those movies in a while.
So. They stumble upon her.
Yeah, and they're like, oh hey, cool.
A girl.
So that's a thing. I mean, that could be cool. I think this is exciting news just because people were really disappointed with Aliens Colonial Marines, and we all want a really good Aliens game. So
there's another chance.
Yeah.
And now we got a next gen to power it, so.
Yep.
Mhm. Just by the end of this ordeal, you will have shelled out $120.
But anyway, guys, I think it's time for the poll, which, if I do remember correctly, might have been about video games?
It was Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh.
Yes, we want to
Good
know,
favorite, guys.
with Disney owning different properties now, who would you like to see pop up in Kingdom Hearts 3? Now, we had in third place Luke Skywalker, so that you could have a lightsaber Keyblade.
Oh, what?
That's an interesting theory. In second place, and I could see this happening, of all of them, I could see this happening, we have Deadpool.
Yeah,
Probably, yeah.
he's wacky.
I mean, obviously a little toned down, because it's,
Yeah.
you know, not that type of game, but I could see him popping up, and, like, I could see them doing, like, a, you know, breaking the fourth wall thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then in first place, we have the Avengers, just in general, which, that's
Okay.
a lot to ask for, I think.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
I voted for the Frog Princess. Disney's the Frog Princess. Nobody likes the Frog Princess, huh?
That's all right. We also got some votes for the Reluctant Dragon. Lonnie posted that. So that was last week's poll question. This week's poll question is, with Halloween coming up between episodes, what are you being for Halloween this year? We'll tell you what we were for Halloween next week when we discuss your answers. Click the link in the info to go to facebook.com/prettymuchit and vote in #thatpoll, and we'll take a look next week.
Last year I dressed up as a guy who hides razor blades and candy.
If any of you guys actually dress up like Mike for Halloween, tweet me a picture of it at Jake Baldino, and I'll be really happy.
How would you dress
Bonus
up
points
as
to
me?
anyone that has a group of 3 friends that dress up like the 3 of us.
Yeah, don't dress up like me, though.
But that is it for this week's episode of Pretty Much It. Don't forget to check out our discussions of the trailers, our reviews of the trailers, Captain America, Noah. Click the link in the info to check those out. And we'll see you next week.
Catchphrase!
That's pretty much it.